Since I love watching other people climb and not necessarily instructional videos like I mainly produce, I figured I'd share a chill climbing session with you. With the holidays and a full work schedule, it can be hard to fit in some climbing. But for me, climbing can be a great de-stressor and it helps me reset. Typically, when you do 30 to 45 minutes of climbing, it's common for climbers to focus on drills and technique to get the most out of their session. However, this session wasn't for improving climbing, it was specifically to de-stress and recenter myself for the holidays. To get started, I always do a warm-up, even with short climbing sessions. For a full 2-hour plus climbing sessions, I'll spend 15 minutes climbing V0s to V2s and some easy V3s. Then I stretch for 10 to 15 minutes, mostly my fingers, wrists, and shoulders. So a total of 30-minute warm-up. But for this session, I did a short warm-up, just finding a few V0s through V2s, and then I did a short stretching session after that. I've always been taught to stretch after warming up, and this has worked out really well for me. I prefer slabs when I warm up because it's less stress on my fingers, plus it ensures that I focus on my hips and that my legs get warmed up as well, which is something that I have issues with, so it's really important for me to spend extra time working on my hips. I haven't done any of these routes before, so it kind of shows when I'm trying to figure out where the holds are and have a hard time finding them. When you're climbing, you should really review the climb before hopping on, but for warm-ups, I'm doing lower grades, so I usually just jump on, and any energy used to see where the next move is okay because it helps further my warm-up. When it comes to stretching, I try to include additional finger warm-ups. In the past couple of weeks, my tendons seem to take longer to recover, so this is something I'm doing to help with that. By the end of this kind of warm-up, usually my forearms and my shoulders and my fingers are pretty tired and very warm. This enables you to climb better and longer, and your grip won't get as sore or tired. Before we go any further, I would like to get some feedback. If you like this kind of video, please let me know in the comments below. If not, also include comments below so I know what kind of content to create for you. If I'm going for a good workout, I'll spend most of my time doing drills to fill a short period of time. But like I mentioned before, this session is to relax and get the mental and emotional benefits from climbing. So I just find a few climbs that look interesting and challenging and do those. This green one was looking good and I really enjoyed it until the second to last move where I started to get nervous about falling. I felt like I was 30 feet above the ground and a fall would hurt really bad. So I ended up just muscling through the last move so I didn't fall. And I'll probably have to climb that route again in the future so I can see how to make that last move a little bit easier and much prettier. I also saw this red one and thought it looked like a fun climb, but what I thought was a large foothold on the right end ended up being orange, a part of a different climb. That being the case, I had 2 foothold options, and smearing was really difficult because of the angle of the wall. That made this so I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a ridiculous drop knee right here, and I wasn't up for that much work in the session, so I just moved on and I didn't do that route. Then I saw this white one. It has slippery side holds, so I knew it would be a little bit more challenging than I'm used to. However, now that I've reviewed the footage, it shouldn't have been as challenging as it was. Even getting started was kind of difficult at first. For some reason, it took me a really long time to figure out that the second move was a Gaston. Though I had seen those holds, I figured that it was for people who couldn't reach, and maybe that is what it was. Unfortunately for me, it created a complication and I had to start the route over. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty stable right here and I have a good left foot. I move my right foot, but at this point, I'm not sure what's going through my head. I remember people walking underneath me, directly below me, and I was super nervous. So maybe my mental game just killed me right here and I ended up climbing down. Then I tried to do the climb again. Getting to that point was much easier, but the footwork really wasn't coming through. I wasn't able to get the balance. I could hold myself in place for a few moments, but being able to lift my body up seemed practically impossible, and it definitely didn't feel like that's how the setter intended it. Finally, I saw this foothold, which I actually tried using the first time I was doing this climb, but I didn't see it the second or third time. I climbed up to that spot just like I would with a project and was easily able to make that move. So I knew that my next time climbing this route, I would be able to make it to the top. After that, my 4th try was the winner. It really shouldn't have taken me 4 tries because this route is relatively simple, but because I had a hard time seeing where my feet went and I wasn't comfortable or confident with all the people climbing around me, it made this part of the climb a lot harder. Once I did figure it out though, it was super easy and it made me feel like I should have been able to climb it the first time. Lately, I've been noticing when I have to keep my body tension tight and my body tight, I have a weakness with that and I get really tired easily with my core. So I have recently started doing overhang climbs during every session, and that's specifically just because I prefer climbing over any other kind of workout for climbing. And this is one way that I can build my core a little bit easier than if I were doing slabs or slight overhangs. This cave really makes it easy for me to focus on my abs. So this is the last climb that I did of the night, and I probably would have done more climbing, but my camera actually died, and I used that as a sign that it was time to go home and enjoy my family for the holidays. The nice thing about this one is it has really big holds, so it's not super difficult to do, but because it does have such a steep angle, it's still a really good workout for both my hands, my core, and my hips. I, of course, spend most of my energy not on the actual moves, but trying to figure out my body position for the next move. And that's something I've been working on a lot lately, and I've seen a lot of improvement with it as well, that I'm able to get through moves much faster.